Successful and unsuccessful people do not vary greatly in their abilities, they vary in their desires to reach their potential. John C. Maxwell. Chapter 2. The Law of Energy. He was born a fighter. It was within him even right from the very beginning. He went through the streets beating everyone, and by the age of 13 he had been arrested 38 times for petty crimes and fighting. He wasn't just fighting with kids, he was fighting with men in their 30s who were possibly armed with guns. He eventually ended up at the Tryon School for Boys in Johnstown, New York. It was there the renegotiation for a better life began. He met a man called Bobby Stewart, a juvenile detention center counselor and former boxer, and that was the beginning of a new chapter. He records in his book, Iron Ambition, "I'd never had any goals in my life except for robbing, but Bobby gave me something to focus on. I turned the same desire I had for robbing into fighting. I know that Stewart was impressed with my work ethic, and he had a good feeling that what we were doing was going to help me outside of the ring," unquote. That was Mike Tyson, the young boy who moved from being a street fighter to becoming a legendary heavyweight boxing champion. The energy to become our better selves and achieve our personal greatness is right within us. What makes some average, some great, some poor, some rich, some masters and some slaves is what happens at the conversion stage of this energy. The same energy it takes to beat people on the streets can be rechanneled to being a champion in the ring. It is the law of energy, one I consider most pressing. It is the same energy like fire. You decide what you make with it. Some convert this energy into entertainment. They like the thrill of feeling good at the detriment of their personal greatness. Nothing is wrong with entertainment, especially for the entertainer, but it would be to your peril channeling your energy to being entertained at the expense of your personal greatness. For the want of entertainment, people get addicted to movies, partying, games, sports, alcohol, sex, social media, etc. Entertainment is addictive and destructive. It makes it easy to live an unproductive life, and this age of social media makes it much easier. Entertainment is the new opium of the masses, and in a nation where people channel their energy into it just to feel good, poverty is inevitable. Perhaps if Karl Marx was to live till this age, he would realize that entertainment in its core is more addictive to the masses than religion. The problem is that as people give themselves to entertainment, they forget their worries until the party is over. So they frequently need to be entertained to maintain that state of escapism. The same energy and time required to get their life better, they waste it at the threshold of a transient feeling. Before you lament the poverty state of anyone, look closely what he invests his energy into. Energy is a currency which we all invest, and what we invest it on will determine whether we end up poor or wealthy. Poverty is not a mystery. It only reveals that someone has violated the laws of wealth. Energy is the new resource nature gave to every man equally. Your prosperity and poverty depend on it. In this age of social media, it is easy to get carried away. Attention span has dramatically reduced and productivity has dwindled. People spend countless hours catching fun on social media. We all have easy access to comedy, which is becoming an attractive industry every day because people would always opt for the easier way to be famous and make money too, which is fine. I have no problem with comedians, neither do I have problems with the hip-hop artists who have found ways to appeal to many people's emotions and gullibility through sexuality. I have no problem with them except with folks that have become addicted to them. People that are addicted to feeling good, to the thrill of entertainment at the detriment of their personal greatness. I have seen countless lives that have been messed up for the want of feel-good experience. Life is not meant to be emotional, rather it is meant to be rational. Look at what entertains a nation and you can tell why her GDP is the way it is. Look at what makes the headlines. Look at what catches the attention of the masses and trends. Look at what fills the pipeline of their conversations. Then you can tell why one nation is so rich and another so poor. People blame the government for their lives when they failed to do the little things that can help them take control and live the life of their dreams. The world is becoming noisier. You must prepare to cut through the noises if you want to thrive. Why entertainment thrives? Simple. People are searching outside what they have within them. It is a quest for heroism. That is what makes entertainment thrive. The pop and football star have become the heroes of the masses. That is what we all desire and admire, so we channel our adrenaline to following them. Same way, each time you play a game, you're beckoning on that innate desire to be the best you can, so you keep playing until you surpass your previous record. The thrill is addictive. That voice is right within each one of us, irrespective of what we decide to channel our energy into. Same with sex. It is this desire for personal greatness. It is an expression of our personal greatness, especially for the male folks. Praise George's tweet explains it more. Quote, average time that rich people have sex is 5.4 minutes. Some even get to 7 minutes. Very true. But after 40 minutes, the poor will still be pounding away on a woman as if she owes him money and is responsible for his poverty. Unquote. When a man falls in his quest to achieve his personal greatness, things that matter most, he tends to channel his energy on other things to compensate for his inadequacy, which makes us feel human and capable still. We become consumed with these passions because they make us feel a sense of achievement, an act of heroism. Especially for a man, sex is an act of heroism, a form of conquering. For the lower man, his instincts and energy are conditioned to derive ultimate happiness by conquering the opposite sex. But the higher man seeks for immortality. The quest for meaning, which transcends the mundane, gives him ultimate happiness and helps him fulfill his conqueror instincts. Man is designed to be a conqueror. That is the energy that drives him. Whether it was in the 325 BC or in 2020, we are all wired alike. This was the same voice that drove Alexander the Great from coast to coast, from Western Asia to Northeast Africa to Northwestern India. From Greece, he raided the world and built a world power empire through his unprecedented military campaigns. Or whether it was Julius Caesar of Rome, Queen Amina of Zaria, or Usman Dan Fodio Sultan, they were not just fighting to enlarge their territories, rather they were yielding to that inherent voice within to be conquerors, to surmount and to dominate. That same voice is in every one of us. Now, we may not have to channel that energy to war, but we can decide to channel it to building remarkable lives for ourselves, to building a great nation and a great economy. Also, we could decide to channel that energy into things that won't count. Sexual energy. This is the most powerful force in humans. It is like a vibration within calling for expression. You can feel it right in your bones. Every one of us has felt it. A teen hears this vibration and starts wondering about the origin of butterflies, and from his windows he gazes, pondering on the wonders and miracles enwrapped in his body and mind. Some pour this flaming curiosity on lustful pleasures, on entertainment and the thrill of early exploration of their sexuality, and some find a skill or a craft to pour this flaming passion. Some with this force make heroes out of their lives, some villains. This sexual energy is right in us all, whether at 13, or 30, it is a quest for heroism. You make a choice whether to use this energy in exploring your sexuality, entertainment, or pursuing your personal greatness. The universe is a frequency of energies, and it is the vibration that moves the world around. Life is energy. The man who has gained control over his energy has gained control over his life. Master this, and your life will move at a speed of light. It is easier to become a hero in this age more than ever. In the midst of people without visions, have one. In the midst of people who give excuses, choose to be responsible. In the midst of people that disperse their energy on things of lower value, channel your energy on things of higher value. In the midst of people that easily bend to circumstances, be as tough as nail. Sooner or later, you will be a hero. Every man has a certain latent energy buried within him to create his own destiny. The direction of this energy separates people great, mediocre, and average, rich, middle class, and poor, etc. Life is easy to live phenomenally when you have mastered your energy. It is easy to reposition the frequency of your life and renegotiate a better outcome, irrespective of how far you've lagged behind. You start changing your life when you start redirecting the forces within to things that count. The first law of thermodynamics, also known as law of conservation of energy, states that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Energy can only be transferred or changed from one form to another. Civilizations and all great accomplishments are masterpiece of converted energies. It is right in everything and in everyone, yet may not be seen. Energy is an invisible force that makes the world go round. It is the basic natural resource given to mankind. It is potent in every being, living or non-living, but in itself, innate, same. It can be converted to achieve a higher purpose. You pick up a dry log of wood. Within are properties that hold it together, hence called chemical energy. And if you expose it to fire, that same latent chemical energy can be converted to thermal energy. Similarly, within each one of us are energies and frequency that can make us burn and shine like the stars. But we play so little, we dream so little, and we dissipate our gift of energy on things that don't count much. Everything changes at conversion. What is most important about life is not the energies within and around us, but what we make out of them. Just like the wood, so is life. It is the fundamental natural resource life gifted to each one of us, more important than time. Life does not reward us for time spent, rather for work done within the time, and it is the mastery of this force of energy that determines what gets done. You need to be addicted. We all, at different levels, are addicted. Addiction is the highest level of obsession and expression of the human energy. It is the one thing that sets people apart, the rich, the middle class, and the poor. One of my biggest stroke of fortune was to observe earlier on the invisible things of life that keep people poor. I started digging into the secrets, or better expressed as masteries, that make people rich. And at the age of 16, I bought my first personal book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, which I still have till this day in my library. It was from him I understood the meaning of obsession and definiteness of purpose, and how it can be used to achieve one's personal greatness. Energy is a natural resource given to us in equal measures to make our lives whatsoever we wish of it. The differential factor which explains why some are poor and others rich, why some get to the very pinnacle of success and others don't, is what happens during the conversion stage. Some convert their energy to thoughts and insights. They grow their minds to a certain level of mastery. that they become masters of industries. Some deploy the same energy to growing a skill and achieving a goal. They grow it so well that they become so valuable to the world. The world awaits them as rain and drought. That same energy, some deploy it on sex, others on religious fanaticism, some on entertainment. It all depends on what you have chosen to give you the highest happiness. Energy is a kingmaker. It is a free gift, but usage makes the difference. It can make rich or keep you poor. Poverty demystified. Most often, poor people don't even know why they are poor. That problem inspired me to write this book. Poverty does not just happen by surprise. It is not a fate. It is a deliberate creation. So don't easily pity the poor or think that giving them money will help them escape poverty. If money could solve poverty, every one person living in the world today would have been rich. Poverty has so little to do with cash. The best gift you can give to the poor is to educate and show them how to create their own fortune. Giving a poor man money can only help him survive for a while if he is deficit of the intangible factors and attitude that create tangible wealth. Wealth creation begins from mastering the gift of energy. This natural resource is more valuable than oil. Why people are poor? Check the frequency of their energies and the answer will be obvious. To take anyone out of poverty, help them gain control over their energies. If properly directed, they will create their own wealth. Energy is the first law of success. That is why the future of a man is very easy to predict by looking at what he channels his energies into. People spend countless hours watching sport. They watch all the championships. They have enough time to argue, to predict who wins or loses. Still, you wonder why they are broke. They're sport analysts, yet can't analyze their personal fortune and make their lives remarkable. They know why one player is better than the other, and they can even fight for their teams. And you're still wondering why they are broke? The answer is simple. Dissipated energy. Being the sportman can make you a fortune. I like that side of the coin, but being the sport team addicted fan can keep you poor. And don't ask me how politically correct this is. I used to be a Chelsea fan in my teenage years, and I know what that did to my blood pressure each time we played. Does sex keep people poor? Yes. Sex is not bad, but when one is addicted, it can be destructive. When it becomes the ultimate means from which a man derives happiness, fulfillment, and his conqueror instincts, he has trapped himself in a hole. People that are addicted to sex most often recede in creativity. In the way of the superior man, David Dada says it this way, quote, "Your mission is your priority. Unless you know your mission and have aligned your life to it, your core will feel empty. Your presence in the world will be weakened, as well as your presence with your intimate partner. The time you notice yourself giving in to your woman, postponing your mission and denying your true purpose in order to spend time with her, stop. Tell your woman that you love her, but you cannot deny your heart's purpose. Tell her that you will spend 30 minutes or some specific time with her in absolute attention and total presence. But then you must return to carry on your mission. Purpose first. The pursuit of your personal greatness must precede your emotions. Giving your emotions much power, control, and attention deflates your energy for pursuing your personal greatness. Does religion keep people poor? Absolutely yes. Especially when people are indoctrinated to a thinking that traps them. It is like teaching a man to shoot an arrow against himself, and because he's made to believe that it's for the ultimate good, he does it. Beware of people that are so addicted to religion but fail to make meaning out of their lives because they believe that their lives have absolutely become God's responsibility. Beware of religious fanatics that believe there is only one way to see the world, their own way, and all other perspectives must be silenced. I believe in spirituality. I believe in God. But we must understand and accept that God means many things to different people, whether as higher power, Mother Earth, Allah, Jesus, etc. You must ensure that you've not been enslaved by faulty religious and dogmatic ideologies. Take responsibility for your life. These are not bad inherently: religion, sports, sex, entertainment. But beware of things that drain your energy, because that is the most important natural resource you have to trade with. Energy is like the human atomic bomb. It explodes irrespective of what you channel it into. People wonder why they are broke. The answer is in what they channel their energies into. It is time to be addicted, not to drugs, not to sex, not to religious fanaticism, not to entertainment. It is time to be addicted to success. It is time to be addicted to making your life remarkable. It is time to be addicted to becoming the best you can possibly be and achieve your personal greatness. Time and energy. This understanding will transform your thinking and help you quadruple your income and productivity. Time is not energy, neither is energy time, but the two need to be mastered to gain control over our lives and future. Time is irrefutably important. It is an essential ingredient of life. If you want to get more done and create wealth faster, you must focus more on your energy. It is the use of energy that gives value to time, because time inherently is just a concept of numbers. Energy is the most important currency to channel into achieving anything. Some things take time, but most often than not, you can fast track your progress by putting in more energy on your goals. More energy within the shortest time can shrink the time and accelerate your progress. The same book that can be written in 2 months can take 5 years. Your progress is tied to the volume of your actions, and that's what you need to focus on rather than time. You can grow from poverty to wealth in a year, and you can stretch it to heaps of years. Progress in that case is not relative to time, rather the volume of action you're committed to taking to get rich quicker and faster. Energy is what it takes, and only few people can dedicate such level of concentration and focus, which explains why they struggle with poverty for long. A journey of 40 years can be shrunk to 40 days. Time is just numbers. You have no control over it. Focus on what you have control over, and that is your energy. Life is energy. The man who has gained control over his energy has gained control over his life.